so my GoPro ended up, battery ended up dying yesterday, so I wasn't able to finish filming what I had been doing towards the end of the day. So I was able to finish sanding inside this left side, and then was also able to finish siding the majority, most of it, and sanding this side. I left this top one off because I don't exactly know how the roof is going to tie into this, and the rafters are going to hang off, so I know this top board is going to go right there, you know, in line, so I didn't want to install it, have to take it down later on. So I'm just going to leave it off until the roof is all framed out. And I'm also really glad that I sanded it, just a rough sand. It was like 80 grit or something, and it just looks a whole lot better. And I really like how it's coming along, and looking on the inside with the more weathered look on the inside kind of just gives it more character. There's a video probably connected with the Box Bazaar deck build, deconstruction, and I probably pointed this thing out. So what I ended up doing, because most of the lumber, the 2x8 lumber, I've used or milled up and just have scraps left over. This was one of the builder's signatures on that project, and I found it on the deck joist, and so I wanted to save it, so I cut it up so that I have that piece. I think there's one more piece on a 2x4 to see if I can still find it, and so it's just kind of a neat thing that I wanted to kind of incorporate, maybe put up on a wall or something in this build, because even though the Box Bazaar deck is no longer there, most of the materials are here, and so in some sense, you know, what that crew did and built is still around. So I kind of like that. Obviously a crew where a lot of the guys were from Puerto Rico, because another one also mentioned it. So yeah, so I cut that up, and I'm going to find a place, and it'll kind of just be one of those things that tells a story of this build, of this space. Yeah, so I'm going to hopefully finish siding this side, and then probably the front, and you know, sand it, and then see how long that'll take, and then kind of go from there. Okay, so I got my boards for this front side all pre-cut over at the lumber pile, so I'm just going to be able to do this, I think, pretty quickly, and side this up. Alright, so it's another week on this covered bar build. I've got most of my stuff all set up, ready to go. This is where I left it last week, and since then I've been able to actually sketch up how the roof is going to come together and figure out what I need to finish this up. And so today, while I'm waiting on that order to get placed, I'm going to pick that stuff up, which might be today, might be tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm going to finish siding this side. To do that, I need to actually get my planer, plane this edge, and that's just from the kind of wonkiness of having to kind of rough mill those 2x6s down. So plane that edge, start siding that side, and that should hopefully be it with siding besides this top bar there. I know kind of what the roof is going to be doing, how far it's actually going to come out, that way, how far it's going to come out that way. The way that it's framed right now, it's basically going to be a 12 by 12 foot roof. The majority of it's going to be that way, and this way it's going to come out, and the shortest height from the ground to the bottom of the rafter and the framing is going to be 6 feet 1. So it's going to come out, you know, somewhere to like here, and it'll be plenty of room for most people to be able to walk under. So this avenue is a little bit of shade, and we're going to be using 12-foot metal roof panels, and essentially what that's going to do is that any water runoff, I still have to figure out if I'm going to put a gutter system on, or maybe tied into this gutter system, but any water runoff will hopefully, with this roof extending out here, will actually kick most of the water into this plant bed. So all of that water is just going to kick off into these beds and feed it, at least as of right now. Like I said, I might maybe rig up some kind of water catchment system and tie in that greenhouse, the covered bar, and this pergola into each other somehow. Find some kind of a water tank, put it back here, something like that, because that is water. It's a precious resource out here in Texas, especially since it's been a pretty good drought year, dry and hot. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see how far I can get this week. I'll be here the next 3 days trying to just get as much stuff done as possible, and go from there. I figured out that I'm actually going to come out about 12 inches from this finished surface here, and I'm actually going to keep this. This is kind of just a iteration, because I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and so there's going to be like an upper ledge that ties in here, and then the bar is just going to be a little bit lower than this edge. So that's like right here, the bar's going to come out of there, and it's going to wrap around. I have my vertical posts coming out here, and the bar will actually wrap around, come together at a miter, 45 degrees or whatever. With this side, same thing. It's going to come out 12 inches from this finished surface. I'm actually going to box and frame in some support, and tie in a ledger board here to support the bar top. And then what I'll be able to do with these boards that I initially cut for the bar top, that's going to be the boards, the interior countertop space. So you'll have the bar board that starts here, it goes out 12 inches, and then you'll have an interior countertop that will run here, connect with this thing, and so you'll have indoor countertop space, and then the bar countertop space that will wrap around. And then also, actually, I can check this right now. I kind of forget the exact measurement, but I did measure using my SketchUp hands based off of the overhang, how far horizontally it'll cover. And it was around 4 feet horizontally. So as that roof extends out, it's going to cover a horizontal length of about 4 feet. So that amount of space is going to be undercover. I really like that. I think it's really going to look good. It's going to provide some extra shade, whether or not you're sitting at the bar or just standing right here. You'll be completely covered by a roof. So that's this week. I'm going to get to it, see what I can, how much I can get done, and if I'm waiting on things, I might kind of work on some other things, kind of cleaning up the site, and we'll go from there.